my Zoom audience. Okay. Just hold on. Just the camera. Imagine the world as we know it slowly disappearing. Animals going extinct, natural habitats gone forever. These kinds of changes affect whether people have enough food and clean water, our health, and the strength of our economies. There's a lot of recent scientific reports and research papers about biodiversity loss and climate change. We all live in and experience nature just by existing on this earth. So today I will be discussing a nonprofit organization called the World Wildlife Fund, the work that they do, why it's essential and how it affects us all, and why you should support them. So first, let's start with what is going on in our natural environment. We are experiencing biodiversity loss and environmental changes due to human activity. A 2025 article in Nature Journal found that human activities are changing ecological communities and lowering local biodiversity on land, fresh water, and in oceans around the world. One example is in the World Wildlife Fund's 2024 Living Planet report that shows an average 73% drop in monitored vertebrate populations since the 1970s. This shows just how much nature has been damaged over time. There's also the issue of climate change. The IPCC's 2022 report showed that their climate change caused by humans has brought many harmful effects to the ecosystem and to people, especially vulnerable populations. This includes stronger heat waves, heavier rain, and larger risks to food, water, and health systems. In Climate Journal's 2024 article, they found that when climate change causes more biodiversity loss, it weakens important functions of nature that we benefit from, such as food production, water regulation, and protection from natural disasters. With increasing biodiversity loss and climate change, it's important that we take action to mitigate these issues. One way is to support groups with that exact goal in mind, and the World Wildlife Fund is one of those groups. The World Wildlife Fund is an international conservation group that works with nearly 100 countries to reduce environmental change to try and build a future where people and nature can live in harmony. The World Wildlife Fund's climate plan aims to limit the rise of global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius by changing how we produce energy, where they invest money, and how we grow food by putting nature-based solutions at the center of its work. The World Wildlife Fund supports projects that restore mangroves, forests, and wetlands, which pull carbon out of the air and helps people handle storms, floods, and rising seas. The World Wildlife Fund uses scientific reports like the IPCC assessments and its own Living Planet report to decide where to target its efforts and its funds to be most effective. The World Wildlife Fund uses scientific evidence, works with local communities, and monitors results over time, which allows for donations to go to projects that show real measurable benefits for nature and for climate resilience. The World Wildlife Fund works all over the world to improve nature and the climate, but the benefits of the World Wildlife Fund's work affects us all. Humans depend on healthy ecosystems. IPCC and Schipper and his colleagues mentioned how ecosystems give us basic things like food, clean water, pollination for crops, and protection from floods and storms. And all of these are put at risk by biodiversity loss and climate change. When biodiversity goes down, these benefits from nature become less dependable, which can hurt human health, jobs, and overall quality of life, as stated in Climate's article. There are local and economic impacts of nature degradation. Donated money can help continue the nature-saving efforts. Large conservation projects and climate adaptation work need steady funding, and right now the government and markets are not giving enough to cover what is needed. The IPCC says that in regions like North America where we live, climate change is raising the risk of heat waves, flood, wildfires, storms, and these events can increase the cost of roads, homes, insurance, and the public health system. By supporting the Wildlife Fund, you can do your part to reduce the risk of these natural disasters and improve the economic situation. And you may think that your donation won't matter, but not donating can have an impact. If many people don't donate, then the World Wildlife Fund can't continue its efforts to slow nature degradation and help climate change. The World Wildlife Fund has active programs, local partners, and scientific teams to help expand ecosystem restoration. Without donations from individuals like you, then these wouldn't be possible. Let me see. In conclusion, there is so much at stake for both the planet and your future. Donating money to the World Wildlife Fund is a direct way you can make a difference and help move forward towards solving the problem at hand. Nature is continuing to degrade, and the World Wildlife Fund is taking action to correct it. This impacts us all, and you can make a difference. The longer you wait, the worse it gets. Donate to the World Wildlife Fund today and support a thriving future for us and the beautiful earth we inhabit.